All right, great. So recording has started, and this is the January 9th, 2024 Rook community meeting. First one of the new year here. We canceled our last regularly scheduled meeting for holidays, so we are getting it going here in 2024 now. And I have been completely offline for a couple of weeks now, so I have no idea what's going on, even more than typical. So let's let's get this in going with our milestone checkups and see. So the last meeting we actually had was the 12th. All right, sweet. So everything since the 12th of December then would be new news here. All right, it's great. So let's look then at the last 1.12 patch release that we did and check in to see if there's anything worth mentioning there.
Yeah, so we did that. In December, we had just 3 fixes mentioned there, just a small release. I think if we look forward to the 1.12.11 release, there won't be much there either, but I think by the end of the month, it'll be good just to pick up a couple more fixes. Also do that. Since, our general philosophy is, well, let's get patches out for the most recent 2 minor releases. So we're still happy to do these backports for 1.12.
So then that means, okay, sweet. So there's not anything big then that we already have upcoming or a regularly scheduled one that's upcoming soon for .11 then.
Now,
Nothing
I put
major
the
on the
date
board
tentatively
either.
for the end of this month.
All right. So
No
not
blockers
much
that
to
I'm
talk
aware of.
about on 1.12.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. 1.13 branch though does have some more things coming up. So let's take a look then at the board.
Yeah, since our last meeting, we had both those. We had the 1.13.0 release to start with.
Start with that.
Initially, we had been delaying that a few days, or it's about a week delayed, I think, because we were waiting for the Ceph 18.2.1 release, but that was delayed even further. So we went ahead with this Rook release without the .1 release. But the 1.13.1, then we did pick up the latest Ceph 18.2.1 just the next week, just before we all went on break. Got that .1 release out with that, some updates to CSI fix, the Ceph release 18.2.1 and all of that. I feel like we're in good shape. I'm not aware of any real blockers now either, but we'll plan on another patch later this week. But yeah, thanks for everyone for getting the 1.13 release out, and so far so good, I think. Any other comments?
Was there much engagement over the holidays, though, Travis? We kind of, we did the release like before, main holidays peak started. But I can imagine also that, a number of folks kind of being offline and silent over the end of the year. Maybe folks are coming back and getting into it now. There are probably some folks that still haven't upgraded yet, I would imagine. So we might see some more stuff coming up over the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some of that. I feel like we have seen some traffic around the new Ceph release, 18.2.1, people reporting issues. So I think people are upgrading, but the Ceph, there's a couple of Ceph release issues that are causing issues more than the Rook releases. So that's, I'd say, an area that, or a theme definitely that's been recent, as far as like 17.2.7 had an OSD issue for some clusters. That's a blocker. Now in 18.2.1, people are reporting some issues, I think, with Prometheus and dashboard stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I think the Rook release itself, though, has been stable as far as what I've heard. Have not heard reports of issues, blocking issues.
Nice. So then so there's nothing then tracking on our side for things that we need to update or do in response from the issues that are being found in the field after this release yet.
We do have an issue pinned to the issue board for the OSD issue in 17.2.7, just to warn people upgrading to that. but now that 18.2.1 is out, I feel like more people are moving past Pacific to moving on to Reef. Yeah, with B18.
Cool. All right, so then we can talk about upcoming 1.13.2 a little bit more, which is scheduled for later on this week on Thursday, and check the the project board here to see what would be coming up.
Yeah, again, I don't really know of any blockers. This will just kind of be our cadence release now that we're back online and getting some small fixes merged. One thing of note, yeah, in this release, we will also in the Helm chart make Ceph 18.2.1 the default. It can be overridden, of course, if someone wants a different Ceph version. But that, yeah, someone was asking about that yesterday. But yeah.
Wait, and Travis, that you said that there are a few issues that have been noticed in the Ceph releases themselves. 1.18.1, there are no like major issues that are in there that would be, illuminated by defaulting to that one, I'm assuming.
Right. Well, 18.2.1, it's a dashboard issue, so I'd say it's not as a blocker like the OSD issue was in 17.2.7. But keeping a close eye on that 18.2.1 metrics issue for sure.
Cool. Sounds good. And anything else on 1.13 branch here for other folks?
Yeah, I don't think we need to discuss any of those.
Okay. Let's talk real quick about the plugin, the Kube Control plugin. Got a release out before the holidays. Yep. When was this?
Yep, we did get that out. Yep, so that had 2 new features. Subham isn't here to comment on those, but we do have a command for wiping a cluster. The intention here is for usually development clusters where you just need to easily clean up a cluster. Someone could use it on their production cluster if desired, but hopefully they'd be very careful with that. And then a command to clean up stale subvolumes is the other one to work with the CSI driver subvolumes. Otherwise, yeah, a few bug fixes and a bunch of merges. Yeah, so we don't really have a cadence so much for this plugin as much as when we get new features in, then we'll just do another update. I'm not sure how soon the next one will be.
Oh, that's good. We got a release out though for the holidays, and there's some new features are available as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I thought I'd put the plugin though in the list of releases and milestones going forward.
Yep, that makes a ton of sense.
Talk about fixes there.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so then let's move on down to the community topics section then. So the KubeCon, the Paris, which is in a couple months from now, a little bit more than a couple months. Did we get confirmation or any like update from the program selection committee about the maintainer tracks and such, or we just submitted the form and we haven't heard anything formal yet, right?
We submitted the form, but I think it's another couple weeks till they announce officially the program. Yeah, and Blaine submitted that. I'm not on the docket. Oh,
yeah. I can check to see if the form submission stuff that I have, I just have to log into yeah, I can double check to see if I have any clarification yet.
Cool. Yeah, and just keep us posted, Blaine, if when you get a confirmation or a response that that we're in.
Yeah, I know that all the speakers received their invite. I just pinged everybody directly, and
they all followed up and submitted their profile and all that jazz.
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool. Okay, great, awesome. And hopefully, we will continue our streak of being worthy enough for a session by the selection committee, and we'll get a confirmation of that in a couple weeks from now.
Yep. And the other part of that is we need to submit the forms, interest form still for the basically the project pavilion for a booth, and also there's the keynote recording, and they have a new lightning talk. I didn't remember seeing that before, but I need to.
When does that due, Travis?
I think it's due in the next week or two.
Okay.
Not due yet. Yeah, I had the page up. It says, where'd it go? Yeah, this interest form needs to be submitted by the 17th. What is that?
Okay.
Next?
So yeah, pretty much exactly a week from now almost. Okay. Yes, definitely do that because those are really good opportunities as they always are. So that sounds like a very good idea as well.
Exactly. And for the lightning talk, I was going to propose Subham put that down because I think he's interested in going to KubeCon, and hopefully that gives us another ticket to the event. And he's our newest maintainer. Speaking of the next bullet.
And one person submits the entire interest form, right? Is that correct?
Yes. I mean, I want to look at that today for sure. But
Okay.
yeah, I think.
Cool. So we don't have to have multiple people following up for, okay, this part. It's the whole thing, all of our project interests all in one shot. Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And that may be a good segue then to our new maintainers, as you just mentioned, Travis.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Subham couldn't make it today, but congrats to Subham for being
on the call,
a new approver. Yep, and Parth as a reviewer. So congrats, Parth and Subham.
Indeed, yes. Thank you for all your contributions, for sure.
Approver means merge access. So approver is what I would say is synonymous with maintainer. So,
yep, and Travis, one thing to potentially follow up on here is that I didn't realize this myself until someone called my attention to it, that the list was out of sync and for a couple of projects.
The CNCF list.
Yeah, the maintainers project maintainers.csv or whatever. I think we should, if we haven't, let's open a PR to add, anyone that does have merge access, right access. So Subham to that list to make sure that they're included in there, and then they are formally recognized by the CNCF maintainer and have permissions to do things other places and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, that just crossed my mind this morning too.
Cool.
So
yeah,
I'll take that as an action item.
Sweet. Sounds good. So yeah, they could do things like voting in elections and all that jazz also. So it's important to do that.
Right.
Okay, sweet. So let's move on then to designs in progress. Multis
wait, real quick.
design. Yes.
But since Parth is here, Parth, do you want to give a speech?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess we can move ahead. So I guess, yeah, thanks a lot for giving the opportunity. Yeah, I feel like, it's been 3 years now working with Rook. After I graduated, I joined and closely contributed to Rook, and I learned a lot, being in the process, from starting the first PR and then understanding how people are giving reviews to me, and then started giving reviews to other people. Yeah, it's a big journey, I would say. And I guess I learned a lot and still a lot to learn. And yeah, next goal to be become the maintainer, the approver.
Awesome. Great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, looking forward to your continued growth then and scale of contributions, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really fantastic. Right. I wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate Parth and Shubham, who's not here today. I've seen you kind of contribute to Rook in a high volume and high quality manner for this long time. Ever since I helped get you onboarded to Red Hat as intern first and then hired, etc. So that's really a very excellent development. And especially since I started participating in the book project recently myself a little more. I could witness firsthand what a good amount of high quality contributions you are doing, Part. So keep it up. Keep on rocking the free software world.
Nice. Definitely
Yeah.
agree with that sentiment, Michael.
Thank you so
Awesome. All right. So yeah, let's move on to the
Thanks a lot,
designs.
everyone.
So, and cool. And then Blaine, I assume this is you, my friend.
Yeah, this is I guess this is not so much a design in progress yet as much as it is a I guess like an acknowledged like pain point and like just early stages of starting to like reconsider the kind of like one of the like kind of like underlying parts of some of the Multis design that we have, and wanting to hear from more users if they have, especially if they have opinions, with kind of like the shortest kind of TLDR that I can give. Basically being that you know, when we implemented this, we went with this holder design with this idea that users like underlying Kubernetes nodes wouldn't have to be routable to the Ceph cluster that we were creating. And so we created this like holder pod design. But now down the road a little ways, we're finding that there are like maintenance and then also just sort of conceptual, like people are just having a hard time conceptualizing the design of this. And basically every other CSI driver I've ever seen handles this problem just by saying we're going to use the host network and the host has to be routable to the storage system. And so it seems like it might be worth revisiting this decision and trying to smooth over some of the like maintenance and upgrade and conceptual problems here. But we're before we start like, you know, backtracking and then like going down this road again, it would be nice to hear from any existing Multis users. And then we're also waiting on Madhu, who really helped out with the design a lot, who's on extended PTO. I think he'll be back, I think late this week, but realistically, we probably won't get into like a deep discussion until next week or the week after about this. And even then, it'll take a while to figure out what we actually want to do or like how to do this. So.
Cool, Blaine. So thanks for sharing that. And then is there some other ways that we could get you know, folks that could be impacted or, you know, actually wanting to use this type of feature and architecture to get their opinions chimed in? Did you already post it, you know, in other places or, you know, Rook Twitter and in addition to Slack and stuff like that?
I mean, it is posted on that issue. So I mean, there is a like particular user who has like posted on that issue who's like really has helped me understand a lot of like the particular like issues with the like admin side, like maintenance and upgrade issues with the way that this plays out for users. So I'm going to try to track them down and ping them directly. And yeah, maybe ping on Slack. I don't know. I don't think I have like Twitter credentials, or I don't know what our like response rates are, or you know, the artist formerly known as Twitter.
I could tweet about it from the Rook account if you want, but mean, typically the only thing we tweet practically is when there's releases.
Releases.
I don't know how much people watch that for other discussions other than Slack.
The artist formerly known as Twitter.
Right. Oh, it's side note in our 1.13 release blog. I think Shabam pointed out that, oh, are you going to rename the Twitter link to X? Oh yeah, I guess they renamed it. I just not something I think about all the time. Twitter.
Yeah, I consciously, I will not take any conscious steps to change that anywhere at all. Not in my lexicon, not in websites, nowhere. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like X is just like too vague to like
Too vague.
understand what it means. So I
Like
just,
by definition.
yeah.
Right.
It's like a stand-in variable. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so the difficult problem space for sure, Blaine. There's no doubt about that. So thanks for your, attention and care to trying to find, and like listening to what folks are saying with the experience and trying to understand, the like what is actually needed there. It's not an easy answer, obviously. Cool. All right, Travis, you mentioned here that the Zoom recordings will go automatically to the YouTube channel. Did you set that up?
Well, I guess that's my question. This is a new Zoom account that's set up. Yeah, it's a question. I know you said you were setting some things up with the new account, and I'm wondering, yeah, what happens with the Zoom recordings? Do we need to do something so they will make it to YouTube? Do you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. So yeah, so I set up everything like all the meetings settings and configurations and stuff so that people can join in with limited friction. And it seems like everything worked well with that today.
Yeah.
I have not seen. I haven't, at least just randomly come across. I have not seen in the Zoom configuration like options to upload automatically to a given YouTube channel or playlist or anything like that. I'm happy to look at that and see if there is something. But what I have been doing for the last 5 years is that I get a notification about the recording being available on the Zoom website. I go there, I download, I upload to YouTube, and just do it manually. It takes 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever each time. It's.
Oh, you've been doing that after every community meeting?
Yeah. But it's a manual thing for like 5 years now. So it is not a challenge. It's not difficult. I can continue doing so, and life will be just as easy as it has always been. But I can look to see if there is an integration. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen one before, though. So my confidence level is low on that.
Okay. From my perspective, it's always been automated because you just did the automation. Yeah.
Well, you will see no change in results, Travis.
Great. Thank you. All right.
Cool.
Perfect.
Okay, sweet. So that looks like everything that was on the agenda, Doc, here. Is there anything else that folks want to bring up here before we adjourn? Okay, I think that's it then. Awesome. So yeah, thanks again, and congratulations to our new maintainers. And then the 1.13.2 release will be coming out later this week. And we've got a couple follow-ups for KubeCon opportunities, and then we'll see each other in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to
See
you later.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.